So work everything down together because I didn't really look into them like that much. So while I'm doing it, at least we'll be learning. And if there's any correction you guys want to correct me on, voila, always open to learn. US oil, this US oil today, I saw this flag forming more like over on this 4 hour trend line because price came down here. I saw this happening. Boom, drop. That was last week. I think it was on Thursday, but I wasn't able to take advantage of it. I saw it here that this flag gonna break out, but the next time I saw it, price was already here. I don't know how it happened. It just escaped my mind. But I had the markup. Nice one. Nice double top. Same thing that we do every blessed day. The same thing is what we're looking for in the market. The same thing every blessed day. And it's a nice one though. So I have a lot of peers. Why? Because I've not really selected them, which I'm going to do tonight and send. So I've not picked my top, but I know USJPY definitely going to be there. GN also, because they're having a nice setup that I'm looking forward to take advantage of. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, if possible tomorrow. It all depends on how market is setting up. So let's start with DXY. DXY. DXY did nothing but coming back to this high. We're looking at it to reject at this high. Boom, didn't give us. We're looking at it right here. Boom, didn't give. But as at that point, I knew it's going to come back to this up. Like I was going to hold some positions that I was already in deep drawdowns that I had to close. And then I'm regretting closing because later they go in my direction. Because I knew it's going to reject there, but sometimes you just give to the market. So this is like a double top we have right here, the high. So I understand the fact that if we get a breakout of this high, that means we are coming to test this trend line. I can see how I'm connecting this trend line from there. So, but I feel that sometimes that's just possible and probable if you understand. We don't have to get there. So price is rejecting from there already. Give us break out, see how it breaks out on that was last week here. Breaks out, ascending. They give us a nice 1, 2, 3 touch. So if you want to take a risk entry at that point, you want to take a risk entry stop loss above the candle. And then boom, breakdown, market opened with gap, more like a correction. If you can put it all together also, it's more like you say, oh, this is actually a corrective phase, and then break out and we're looking for more downside. So with the way DXY is coming down, these candles, and it's just simple, it's just very simple to understand looking at candles alone. You can see how all these small candles. Now what we're having big candles. That is telling us sellers are coming into the market. See these big candles, okay? So that will entice more sellers to come to the market. So I'm just looking at if we are going to get a flag during Asia section and going to London section, then I'll be looking for a setup there. Okay, and that means Euro USD. I saw this one. I posted it. I said I was outside though when I saw the markup. I saw the setup. It was looking sweet. So I just said like I didn't have a markup. I was just looking at naked chart and I'd be like, buy Euro USD. I know get strength, to mark up some. I was not going at home. I went to get something. So it moved like 50 pips. So I was able to use 0.20, then small lot size because I don't really use standard or anything during Monday and Tuesday. I only do that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Or if I see a set of Tuesday, I might, but Monday no, because I understand how the market need room to breathe and no point of trying to force everything to the market. So, but I'm still in the trade. Stop loss, the break even, just small profit. I was up like $100 a year, then price will trace back, but I'm still in profit because I entered somewhere around here down. And it came up 50 pips, so I was like $100 per but I'm still holding to see how it's going to play out. But what I'm looking at on daily time frame is this. We are on a downtrend. This is a very, very strong impulsive leg. A very, very strong impulsive leg. Anything can happen. We might just be trickling back up, you never can tell. But what am I seeing here? I'm seeing price to correct this impulse to the downside. This impulse that we have here, which is the last impulse, I'm expecting price to correct it. So I'm using like fib, swing high, swing low. So I'm trying to see how price, because this is a daily time frame. So I'll love to see how we're going to get that rejection at that 618 level, going into 786 if possible, and for a continuation to the downside, because we are bearish. The downtrend, obviously, you can see how this is moving. This is a very strong impulsive leg. So I don't see we going back, just like that and start moving up. So I don't see that happening, but you never can tell. So that's why I'm trying to buy the correction. Okay, I'm trying to buy it up. That's why I say it's 618 level right there. Okay, 618 level. If you have any question, don't forget, ask on the chat box. 618 level right there. So I'm in the buy. I'm still holding. I'm looking forward to use a better lot size to enter this trade tomorrow. Only when I get that flag, then we're looking to go. It's just a simple setup that I did here. I was able to identify impulsive phase, corrective phase. I don't give a fuck about the gap, even though we know it's going to fill. But this is a corrective movement to the downside, whichever way you want it. And this is an impulsive phase. So even if you use like, this swing from here, you use fill and see how price came to that 786 is white level, and I took the trade ASAP. Then I posted it on the group also, but I was not really looking into putting on a lot of lot size in it, because of the way the market is usually is on Monday. So DXY Euro USD, that's what I'm anticipating, and Euro USD is going to be on my watch list tomorrow also, because I'm looking for more trade. USD card is like this daily time frame. You see how we came to this daily high, and you see what's happening. Price is trying to give us some more like continuation pattern, because I can't say there was actually a reversal right here. You can see right here. There was a reversal right here. Obviously, a reversal. But you can see what price is trying to form now, more like a continuation pattern to the upside. So that's why I'm not looking into selling for now, because of what higher time frame is doing at this high. I'm not looking into selling USD card for now. I need a clear signal to sell, which I'm going to tell you guys. So it's more like looking like, this is a whole corrective phase. If it's a reversal, if it's going to continue dropping, we just have to correct. We are not supposed to retrace back to almost the high of this. So I'm looking for this. So I was looking at, this breakout correct drop. So I'm not involved in this trade. I'm not saying I'm looking for a buyer. I'm just being neutral in this with this PNL. But for me, there's no setup for me to say, unless I see a pushback up or maybe come back down and then getting that flag, then I'm interested in selling when I get a flag inside of this correction. Yes, because I know we might even break more lower and just keep. But that's just the pattern. I'm just playing to the pattern I'm seeing right now. We're looking at higher time frame. We are at a high, so definitely this is more likely going to drop than going to the upside, especially when DXY is looking like it's going to drop. So with the support of DXY, this is going to drop also. I hope that's making sense to you guys. Now, USD CHF. This strategy is very simple. Very simple. So USD CHF, I was like, when we had this nice breakout, I was like, can we get a flag to drop more? No need to go to a higher time frame, because you see corrective phase. We didn't really get to that high I was expecting. 600 level also right there. We didn't really get there, but we broke out of this corrective phase. You see the strong candle, so we have to follow the momentum in the market. So this I just have to involve with this market right now. I had that earlier on. I was working on before the breakout. So I just have to involve with this market now using the touches that I'm seeing. There's nothing that is going to entice me to take a sale right now on this pair, because it might just be, something like this. You can't. There's nothing to trust yet. So let's see if we're going to come back up, and we'll look for trades here. Let's just see how it's going to be. I'll be looking for that on the 15-minute time frame, because this is more like a corrective phase to continue to drop based off this impulse. So I'll be looking like, if we get a little more like an ascending to that high, then I can take that trade to the downside. So that will be like tomorrow, but let's see how it's going to develop. USDJPY, this is a sweet one. I'm definitely looking to sell USDJPY tomorrow. This is one of my favorite setups that I like to trade, even though I know I missed the move earlier on at the high. It's crazy. This JPY at this high, you can see sweet high. This is what we trade. Double top, easy. 1 hour retracement candle for your entry, and miss that. So we got this reversal pattern idea, but price didn't really impulse out then. So it's just dropping small, 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 and all of a sudden we have this boom, impulsive move. So guys, I say please wait for a one-hour flag. I had to do this because some people looking like 15 minutes flag to sell, which is not advisable because I know this play. I trade USD PSA a lot and I know how they move. So this one will definitely give me a flag to continue to drop. So I'm looking at taking profits. I'm not using structure, but I'm just going to measure from this side to this side. I'm going to take profits. If I'm almost my OI focus on the pen brush. So you see what I'm looking for right here. This is what I'm looking for on this pair. So that movement is what I'm trying to see how I can capitalize on it. So this one will give me a flag, and especially when it have the 1-2 touch, just like we're already on the PDF. You can mark your trend line. Just there's no flag here. It's have to develop. So we have to give it time to develop. That's why I have to focus. This is how I'm going to execute the trade already. So I don't have to be sleeping on it all the time. See, it's already right here. It's on my watch list. I love the setup. USD try. This one is not ready. I'm going to be among the people that will say thank you God for this trade because I know what is going to happen. I've seen this played out a lot, uncountable in the market because this is what I trade. I've seen it happen a lot in the market. USD try is going to come to this high. I don't care what it's doing now. It's going to come to this high and it's going to drop. And that is exactly what's going to happen because you can see how it's correcting its way back to the high. So you just have to have patience. This is a trade that you can take and hold. It's a long way to TP1 where the channel starts from. You can see how many pips is that. TP2 back to this low. It's a swing trade, guys. You can just have a separate account for a trade like this, and that's what I'm going to do. Just place the order, forget about it for like 2 months if possible, and just see how it's just. I can be managing it with weekly time frame or daily, and see how it's going to be. So this is not a trade that I'll be looking like I want to take like 50 pips, and it's a long time trade. Gold. I said gold is forever bullish, guys. Forget gold is rejecting, but gold is forever bullish. I've been following FS Street and a lot of updates concerning coronavirus. It's crazy. So like gold is going to 1.8 somewhere around here. See, have a long way to go. You can't use indicators on this right now because everything is just breaking everything. Gold is doing its own thing. That's one thing about the pair. So I was like, oh, wait for a bullish flag on 1 hour before you looked at. So it was probably something on the 15 minutes, but there was one meeting they had tonight. So I read the news, but I can't remember. This is slowing now. There's no Wi-Fi. So you guys made it to the call. Some people are actually watching football. Liverpool's playing match. We'll need money. So it was for me something like that, but it broke out. So I won't trust that one yet. I just have to wait for a clear signal. A clear impulse up, then 15 minutes flag. That's how I'm going to take it because this is good. So if it keep dropping to where I don't know, because I can't tell you this is where it's going to reverse. No, I can't do that on good now. You can see how this thing have been moving up. You can see that. So how I'm going to execute trade on good because I like to trade good now. If I get an impulse, maybe on 1 hour or 4 hours, I just have to go down to 15 minutes to look for a small flag to continue. So that's what I'm going to do on good. Honestly. Walking down. If you have questions, please ask on the chat so I'll be able to reply as soon as I'm done. I'm almost done. So I'll be able to know which one I'm going to be looking at the week and then remove some. Yeah. Internet is getting slow. Okay. SDD, this one is looking easy. It's just like buy around here. Hope you guys can hear me because the internet is messing up now. So it's just like, oh, you have to just buy a flag on this. Like you have to buy around here. This one is not ready. I'm looking for a buy. Why? Because prices are at a low. When you've been dropping like this, and look at all these inputs to the upside, and We had more like a 1 hour reversal pattern, double bottom, and impulse up for all I care. And we're gonna get some flag maybe back to and then this zone where there's some liquidity. Using one like correct, maybe break and retest, yeah, but it's gonna work. It's gonna form like flag. Well, now there's no commitment for flag. Why? Because we don't have the second touch here. So if you have some rejection and then this, then we have something we can draw our trend line on and say, oh man, this is where we're going to set our pending order for a breakout. Well, we just have to wait for it to develop. There's no signal, but I doubt if this NZD JPY will make it to my watch list. I'm going to remove it. NZD USD rather. So I doubt if it will make it to my watch list. GBP NZD, a lovely pair that is number 2 in my watch list for the week after USD JPY. This is a lovely trade, and Mori actually gave me this trade. You see this high, we got booked up. Okay, so we're having an ascending channel within. So I was one of the people that were looking to sell this impulsive breakouts, waiting for that correction, but we just keep going back up. That's why I say anything can happen in this market. You just allow pattern to speak to you. Okay, so going to the 4 hour after we've seen the daily high, you can see what price is doing. Nice, 1, 2, 3 touch to that high. Yeah, dropped over 50 pips. Yeah, and but that is what was up. I'm not interested in taking a risk entry on a pair like this. So I'm looking for reduced risk entry more like over before we get a breakout of this pattern. So I'm looking for a whole variation more like a flag build up in here, and then I'll look to set any other. So I think it's starting to form now, if that's what it is, or if it's going to go back up, there's no setup. But if we get that, I'm looking to take the trade. If not, I'll wait for the breakout outside of the pattern and then flag, which I love to trade. But if over or breakout, whichever one, I'm going to take it. Hence the JPY, I had this markup. I'm still waiting for that third touch, honestly, guys. Like, I had this markup for like 2 weeks now, and price refused to come and give us that third touch. Almost came to our entry right here last week, but it just started rejecting. So I think this like a bull flag, then to touch and then drop. But it is what it is, yeah. We have in this right now more like a reversal pattern if right here at this low, because we have been trading in the middle of this for weeks now. Just been doing up, down, up, down, up, down, and then up. But don't forget, okay? Don't forget something. We are coming from bearish environments before we started this correction, all of this correction. So that's why I'm personally waiting for more like a selling opportunity rather than going for a buy. But we can counter the trend that we can see right now if only we get a breakout of this descending channel. Get a breakout, then I see a flag. I'll take the buy, yes, but I'll not use a bigger lot size, and I'm using a tight management because we are not going too far. We might not even get, we might reject from anywhere because we are trading against the trend. When it's here, see how I forecast it. I'm looking to take a risk entry if I get an ascending channel, maybe 1 to 3 touch, retracement candle looking good, then I'm taking that trade. But it's a long-term trade, so I've been waiting for 2 weeks, so I'm still waiting. This is the third week now, almost a month. This one has nothing for now. GU, I've got nothing on GU. I'm looking at impulse correction buy. But someone was selling. Everybody have their own strategy. But I'm looking to buy, yeah. But I'm just praying it drop back and maybe to this low, then I'll buy it more because this impulse out correction. We are in a bullish flag. We're in a bullish flag, guys. You can call it whichever pattern you want to call it, but I'll just call it a flag. I don't care. See, we're in this correction phase. So we are just correcting. You see, price is doing the same thing. Impulse correction, impulse correction, impulse. And we are just in this big correction now to continue going up. And with this pattern that I can see, guys, I can tell you that there's a big move coming for GDP pairs. And this is giving us clue right now, this correction. To get a breakout of this, it's going to be crazy. You know how GDP move when it wants to move. like crazy 300 pips a day, stuff like that. That's what I'm looking at. That's why I'm trying to like take every buying opportunity that I will see. I don't want to miss it because why is that one shouting like that? If you get a breakout and then flag, then we are going down. But for now, we are still above here, and with this pattern, we are looking to go higher. This is the daily time frame, mind you, so you know what I'm talking about. I mean, so I hope you guys are getting the chat. If you have questions, ask in chat. But let me see the chat if there's any question. There's not always question in the chat box, so that means you guys are getting. You guys understand everything I'm doing. Makes sense. So I'm looking for that buy, no say, no say. I'm playing to higher time frame, okay? I just pray it comes down so I can buy it tomorrow. Euro AUD, another trade I got from Ori. Ori gave me this trade today. I'm looking at where prices and what prices doing. So we can see that we can say that oh this thing is moving in one specific direction. Just it's just too messy. You understand? So but market like this we can also still take advantage of it. You know, going to lower time frame looking for impulse side pattern simple. So I'm using the 4 hour high right here. That's what I'm using right now. 4 hour high. No, this is not like strong one daily or anything. So I'm looking at 4 hours highs right here. And you can see price is creating an ascending channel towards the high. I'm not going to take the sell immediately. No, I'm not going for a risk entry on this pair because I'm not familiar with this pair. This is not my pair. I can say this might even be the first time I'm going to trade it if I'm going to get the setup. It's not my pair, so I'm not going to take a risk entry because I don't know how it works. It's not my pair. But I'll be looking for to take a reduced risk, which I've already forecast, impulse out, flag, then say I'm going to add this to my favorite also. If I just get that impulse to the downside, then any flag might be 15 or 1 hour, whichever one I get, I'm going to enter because the first flag is always the best flag, you know. Euro CHF. So this one also is cool. This one is cool. It's not really my thing. Someone just said, help me mark up. I just help them mark up what I can see. So Euro CHF, I've been dropping for a very long time, creating a reversal pattern. And the only way we know that this thing is ready to start shooting to the sky, TP is going to be mad, like we're going back to the high. Is when we get shift momentum. There was no shift momentum here, no shift momentum, no shift momentum, no shift momentum, no shift momentum, no shift momentum. Yeah. So why would you want to buy at this low when there's nothing guaranteed? You know, you can see how it has rejected and keep dropping in the past. So I would like to have commitment from this trade. That's why I said I will wait for a shift momentum, which is this. That's why I was able to identify this. So it will be very obvious. Yeah, breakout, then I'm looking to take a bull flag outside of that. You just one easy setup, but you just have to wait. So I don't see this one happen. It's more like a break and retesting. Yeah, it's gonna happen. I did this on Euro USD also. I didn't take the trade, but that was like crazy 70 pips. But I didn't take the trade. So NZ card, yeah. I think I was actually analyzing this before it was time. Yeah, I didn't have this one earlier on, but I was actually analyzing. So finally, we'll have a bullish candle closure NZ card, which is today. This was actually our long-term sell. I called this trade head and shoulder. I called this trade in our group when it happened. I give you guys the markup head and shoulder. That was forming a reversal pattern, and then more like a flag. So it's a swing trade. Yeah, I told you guys coming to the low, but look at me. I left also. And I was not able to enter again. It's crazy. Yeah, it happens a lot in the market. But for now, we already dropping almost that low. It's not reversing yet. It's just going to correct this last impulse. Okay, so I'm still looking to sell this daily downtrend. Okay, I'm still looking to sell to this low. If at all we get this on 4 hour. So my internet is now slow. Why are you slow? Okay, so I'm looking at impulse correction. You know, if we going to pull back correctively to this zone right here, I always mark it like this. If we're going to pull back correctively to this zone, to say, guy, especially when you see a strong 1 hour retracement candle, you sell to below. But if not, no trade setup for us. So for now, I'm not interested in the buying it to the up. No. I'm looking to stay along with the trend. So I want to take the advantage of this at 618. So and this is one of my favorite pairs. So I'll definitely keep my eyes on it. Can you guys hear me? Because this thing is loading. You see my this thing is loading. Can you guys hear me? Put on the chat if you can hear me. Trading view is loading. I don't know if it's affecting. Can you guys hear me? Have you guys been hearing me since? Wow. Someone just say they can't hear me. I've been talking while I do. Now don't tell me. Can you guys hear me since? Wow. Wahala dey. I've been talking since. Wow, and I've been talking, nobody notifying me. Wow, thank you, Tosi, bro. So what I was saying is that I'm going to like you guys should not miss. Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't. Nobody. I was looking at the chat box. Nobody was saying anything. So I was saying that tomorrow I'm going to take this trade, USDJPY, rather than USDCHF. Why would I do that? USDCHF is still underdeveloped. She's still trying to develop. There's no set signal yet. This all of these things that is just happening is still a corrective phase. All no signal yet. Than USDJPY. USDJPY is also underdeveloped. There's no confirmation we're having a flag already, but I can guarantee you 99% that this is going to drop because of this impulsive comes right here and that we're going to get a flag. Like I can guarantee you, I'm not 100 but 99% because I've seen this play out a lot. That's why it is number one on my watch list. I'm looking to set the flag tomorrow. I don't want to miss it. Once I see get two rejection, I'm setting my pending order. I don't want to miss it. That's why I said it's number one in my watch list. GDPNSD number two. Then I have to go through the rest. If you have question, ask. You don't need all trades. You don't need to trade everything right here. You just need to trade two setup every week. Me, I've been living for a very long time trading two setups every week. And it's still paying my bills even more than I expected. Just trading two setup. It takes care of everything that I need for me. I can't lie to you. Just looking for two setup every week. So just two trade every week. I'm not looking more for much, just two setup every week. So more like very easy stuff. Two high probability setup. I'll go for it. Okay, so I don't like to trade all the time, like jumping on market all the time, because I'm trying to balance lifestyle and trading, and it makes a lot of sense. So, is there any other question for me before I leave? Guys, don't rush it. This business will make a lot of sense to you. the more you're in the game, the more it's going to be clearer for to you. And also, and also, if you are losing money, you're losing money, just see it like you are paying for lessons. Because and someone posted something today on IG. One guy, one of the people I'm looking up to, he said you can pay $1,000 a month to the market to learn how to trade forex. And how does that work? By taking losses till you blow $1,000. But after you learn how to trade this business, this forex, you can make $1,000 a day. Think about it, guys. So think about how many days we have in a week. We can trade 5 days in a week, making 1K. That's 5K dollars. So you can see that in a month that's about 20K dollars. Because so are you going to quit because you lose $1,000? Trust me, the greatest lesson you're going to learn is by paying those money into these markets, making mistakes and learning from them. I can guarantee those are the greatest lessons. When I take big losses, I just smile. That's why one thing you can see me lose big today, the following week I'm going to make big because I took a lesson from that particular loss. And that is how you guys are supposed to see this also. You know, it's just lessons, not that, oh, you lose money, So I can lose all my money to this and just take the lesson and move forward onto the next trade and make all those money back. So you don't see that way, okay? It's going to make a lot of sense, a lot of sense. I'm going to send the recording to the group. So now it's ready. So I believe there's no question or is no, there's no time. We have less than 4 minutes also. But that'll be it. I'll post all of this analysis tonight when I wake up in the night to the group, to the Telegram group, and I'll be updating you guys on the trade I'm looking to take. But for now, it's looking like it's USDJPY to me and GDP for now. But we never can tell. Let's see how they develop. So take care. Have a good night. If you have questions, ask on the group. See you guys at the top. Bye.